Hello, hope everyone is doing well. We'll get straight into it today. Okay, so if you do want a trading community and you were looking to obviously grow this as we go week by week, month by month, year by year, where you've got lots of traders, looking to get better, sharing signals and stuff like that, feel free to join the Discord. On the Discord as well, you can find a profit wall. And profit wall is just basically where we post all our profits as we go and as we take these signals. Now, if you're looking for one-to-one support or you're looking for group support, feel free to check out the website. We've got Bootcamp, which takes place at the last Sunday of each month. We've also got the masterclasses, which is where you sit down with myself one-to-one and we unpack the markets. All right, great for beginner traders, great for intermediate traders. All right, now Bitcoin has been good to us. Bitcoin has been very, very good to us. All right, we've made some good profit. And it's come at a good time because it's Friday and I don't usually trade on weekends. So once Friday has come, I'm looking to shut the laptop. So this is brilliant. All right. But we're going to talk about exactly how I enter this trade. We're going to talk about exactly how we can enter similar trades. All right. And we can give you some nuggets and some gems that you can go away into this weekend looking at. So first things first, let's look at the setup. No, this is gold. We don't want gold. We want Bitcoin. Where is Bitcoin? All right, that's Bitcoin there. So we said these are the two internal range model ideas. Model 1 was an internal rotation from this 15-minute demand zone. Model 2 was an external rotation, you could say, of a sweep of a prior high, okay, from our range high setup. That's exactly what we were looking out for. But TJ, what's this line over here? Well, this line is important. We're going to talk about this line in a second. So which one played out? Did we get the long first or did we get the short first? Well, we got the short first. All right. Wow. Look at that. So if we play that, that's a very juicy trade. So congratulations. If you took that trade, smashed it. If you took that trade, you're in profit. Don't be greedy. At least de-risk that one. At least take your stop loss to break even and watch the rest ride. Okay. Now, let's talk about how we entered this trade. This was a sensational trade, and I've made at least 6x on this, which is quite good. So 6x, what's that? Well, if you've put 10 grand on there, you're walking away with around 60 grand, just like that. All right, just off of 1 TP. So that's not bad at all. But let's see, how could we have entered that trade? Well, as I posted this, I said we're looking for a market structure flip. All right. In these zones. Where are we looking for that flip? We're looking for that flip in the 3 to 5 minute time frame. So we're going to talk about this trade and see how we were able to enter this trade. Okay, first things first. So what did you need to be aware of going into this zone? Well, first of all, what is Bitcoin even doing? Well, Bitcoin has a massive external range. We're going to call that range level 1. And then it has an internal range. We're going to call this range level 2. And then it has another internal range, which we're going to call range level 3. Remember what I said, Bitcoin loves to range. Bitcoin ranges over 70% of the time. So why not understand how ranges work? And why not capitalize from that setup? So let's see what happens. So we've got our range level 2 and we've got our range level 3. But what you had to notice here is that we're not only coming to the high of our internal range level 3, which is stuck in there somewhere, we're also coming to the high of our internal range level 2. All right. So what does that mean? That means this could be a juicy move. It could. Remember, I didn't say it will. It could be a juicy move. All right. Why is that? Because if we are getting a full rotation of our internal range level 2, then the potential target for that is to rotate perhaps down here. Okay, so that will be a very, very sweet trade, especially if you hold that all the way. But I wouldn't recommend that. Don't be greedy. Take your profits, all right? Take your profits off the market. The way I see it, the market isn't kind to you, so why should you be kind to the market? All right? When it hits that stop loss, you're out. You're out. Strike and you're out. So why would you leave money on the table when you can also take money from the market? It doesn't give it to you, so why would you give it back? That's the way I see it. So that's why my trading strategy, my profit-taking approach, is to take profits as soon as I possibly can. Okay, as soon as it's reasonable, it's got to make sense as well, right? That's basically what I'm saying. All right, so let's decipher what's going on and let's see what the market's been up to. So what level is this? Well, this is our level This is our internal range level 3. And I'm going to put that in a different color just so it can be clear to the viewers. We're going to make that, what color are we feeling today? You know, we've had a green day. Let's make it green. Let's make it green, all right? We're printing those greens today. Oh, this is a juicy one. This is a juicy. It doesn't get juicier than this, honestly. It does not get juicier than this. All right. So how did we get into this trade? Well, we realized this internal model, okay? But we realized that Bitcoin can, yes, it can sweep off this model, but it can also sweep that in range level 2, right? Okay. I hope that's making sense. I hope it is. If it's not, you know, then it's not, I guess. All right, but so what Bitcoin has done then, if we follow the structure on the way up, it's created higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. All right, and then it's formed this range. Now, in our previous streams, what were we saying? We were saying earlier this week that, look, the strength of these breaking structures, they're not all that, they're not nothing to write home about, really. They're not massive. Bitcoin is definitely slowing down. It's definitely slowing down. The amplitude of the breaking structure is decreasing. What do I mean by that? If we trace from break to the high, break to the high, break to the high, we can see that it's decreasing. We went from an $800 move to a $369 move, okay? And then, yes, we've gone up to, all right, let me actually trace this properly. Okay, that would be up there. Sorry, if we bring that down. And yes, and then we've gone to about a $467 move. But that's half of what we initially started with. So we're seeing a decreasing strength in terms of the breaks. What does that mean? That means the buyers are losing momentum. That means the range might be forming soon. And lo and behold, what do we get? We get a range. All right, so how did we enter this trade? TJ, stop wasting time. How did we enter this trade? All right, the way we enter this trade, okay, is we looked at, first of all, market structure. Remember, market structure is king. All right, so we traced our market structure and said, based on our market structure, we have on, let's look at this on a 1 hour, okay, because this is clear on the 1 hour. We have a higher high. It did break above this previous high call, not convincingly though. Higher high, all right, and then we swept that prior level. So this was not a break. Now, because this was not a break, we cannot classify it as a break. This did not break. This did not break. Okay, so let's label that. We're gonna call that let's call that a pump fake. Yeah, we'll call that a weak level. It didn't break. Now, because that didn't break, all right, price then rotated to this high. This becomes a weak high. That's why price rotated all the way back to the range high. All right, that's how ranges work, okay? So now we're looking at this range high to see what is price going to do at this range high. Is price going to break it? Is it going to close above it, or is it going to drop? Now, price did not close above it. Look, on the 1 hour, we did not get a close. On the 45-minute, we did not get a close. On the 30-minute, yes, we got a close. But remember, the higher time frames are more powerful than a lower time frame. Now, why did we get a close here? We potentially got a close in order to wick that, you know, level 2, that range level 2, which is what I talked about. This high here, we just swept that liquidity, but we needed to give it a bit of more juice to get up there. And that's exactly what happened. All right. Look, even on a 24-minute, we didn't get a break. On a 15-minute, yeah, we got a close, but that's fine. All right. That's just to give us that juice. So I wasn't too worried when I saw that we closed above on the 15-minute, because all I needed to do was go on a 1 hour and see, nope, that's not a close, not yet. All right. So I'm already thinking, cool, we could look to sweep this now. We could look to short this. But what is my confirmation? Remember what we said? We said that the confirmation for this trade is not just the SFP or the pump fake, as I like to call it. It's actually a change in market structure on the 3-minute to the 5-minute. All right, so let's see, did we get that? Now that's where we come out here and we draw out the market structure on this decisional leg. I'm going to rewind this so that you can see what I was seeing when I entered this trade. Okay, I don't want to confuse you guys. So this is exactly what we would have been seeing. I would have dropped down now to my 12-minute time frame, or maybe my 5-minute time frame. All right, but 12 minutes good. And I would say, cool, well, my structure looks like this. Higher high, high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high. What does that mean? That means before I enter this trade, I need to lose this level. Okay. And then not just that, I'm saying, okay, cool. Well, that's to get a real assurance with that trade, because that's the 12-minute time frame, right? 12-minute time frame, man. Most moves that happen in 12-minute will probably be long lasting. So I said, all right, cool. Let's enter this on, perhaps let's look what's going on the 3-minute time frame. Well, on the 3-minute time frame, oh, that was a crazy move. The 3-minute time frame, you got a really, really, really juicy signal. And what did that look like? So if we look at this decisional leg of that 10-minute structure, the 3-minute structure looks like this: high, 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 low. I'm going to do this in a different color in a sec so you can see. High, 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 low, high, 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 low. Then we have a nice high, high, taking us to sweep those levels. High, low. And then we create a nice high, high. All right, again. Now I'm going to count all of this as a high, high. We're going to count all of this and pop it there. Let's look on a 5-minute. This might be clear on a 5-minute. But no, we can't really see this in a 5-minute. All right, but on a 3-minute we can. All right. In fact, I'm going to take this as the low. Let's say this was the low. All right. Let's say this was the low. Yes, let's say this was the low. So what does that mean now? That means that in order for us to enter this trade based off of the 3-minute, we need to lose this level. Okay, that's a level that needs to break. All right. Now, what we're going to look at now is we're going to rewind this to see what it looks like live. Okay. So at the moment, I'm looking for that bit to break. All right. And did it break? Of course it did. But it broke so aggressively. If we play this, that was so aggressive. That was so aggressive. Look at that. Boom. That is a crazy bar. That is a $1,300 bear trend bar. And that's exactly how the break happened. So did I enter off of that break though? All right. Did I enter? I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, I caught it. I don't really care about the top. I stopped caring about the top a long time ago. Did I enter at that top? No, I did not. Why? Because who's gonna catch that? I'm sure some people specialize in catching that, but unless you're some sort of bot, you know, you've been doing this for a very long time, it's very hard to catch that. And plus, that's just not how we trade here, is it? So what we said, and it's cool, we've had our break, all right? But we know the target of this trade at least is this range low, all right? But right now, based off of that trade, the risk to reward is not looking good. It's not looking good. What? If I was to enter off of the close of this bar, all right, cool, and then I put that all the way up, 0.56. Are you joking? No way. It's costing you more money to enter that trade than you're going to get out. That is a no-brainer. So what do we do then? We wait for the retest, don't we? So we wait for price to come all the way back up. But where are we looking to enter that trade? Why not enter at this zone? Look at this zone. Look at this footprint that price has left, the 5-minute zone. Now this is where I start saying, cool, I'm going to watch price. Let's say you go back to the 2-minute on a 1-minute. You're going to watch price to see what price does. Yes, price starts to come back up. Great. This is what we want to see. Great. This is price coming back up to our zone. Now price doesn't exactly tag our zone. It doesn't exactly tag our zone. All right. Which isn't the worst thing, because all of a sudden our risk to reward has just got infinitely better. If we enter about there, it's gone from a 0.56 to a 3.5. What does that mean? That means if you put 10 grand on that trade, you're making 35 grand. 35 grand. That is nuts, right? Okay, so definitely a good trade. I think anything above 3R is a good trade. Okay, all right. So, well, TJ, price didn't actually hit your zone. How did you get into that one? Well, the way I got into that one is I waited for the reconfirmation. So I looked at the market structure on the way up. Okay, and I said, cool, if we get that second break, bang, then I'm in. And we did get the second break. Look, we got the second break there. That last high low got taken, all right, giving us our entry. Now, off of these ones, I wouldn't usually wait for a retest, but we also got a retest there, all right? So that's where you could have entered this trade to be safe, all right? You know it's already broken structure. It's giving you that nice second opportunity to enter, and there's no reason why you shouldn't have entered that one. Honestly, if Very easy one. Very, very easy one. All right. And then we just watch price do what it does. And it comes all the way down. All right. And this was a very nice trade. This was a nice trade, honestly. This one is gonna basically, because of this trade, I didn't really need to trade this week. Didn't really need to trade this week. All right. So it's always good when you get a trade like this right at the end of the week. All right. So anyway, so what has price done now? Price has carried on down. Look at that. Look at that. So if we enter that trade, let's say we would have entered around there. Yeah, stop loss above the high. If you enter that trade and you left it, that's already a 7R. That's 10 grand. You got 70 grand in the bank. 70 grand in the bank. Just like that. Okay. All right, good. So that's it. So now we know how we enter that trade. If you did enter that one, congrats. Big congratulations. And it was, our patience paid off, didn't it? Because we were waiting yesterday saying we're going to wait for our levels. We're not going to rush anything. We're going to wait for our levels. And patience definitely paid off. And it definitely always pays off in this game. All right, so what do we need to be aware of? Well, first things first, you have to be aware that, hey, you've just not only swept this internal level 3 high, you swept this level 2 high, which means that rotation down doesn't necessarily have to stop here, because guess what? We've got this trend line of liquidity spanning all the way from that bottom all the way up here, which means we've got stop losses here that need to go, stop losses here that need to go, stop losses here that need to go. So we could sweep all of this. Great. The price could actually come all the way down here. And if it does, what would that mean as far as our risk reward goes? All right. So from that initial 10 grand risk, what would we have made? All right. If we were to move that down, that means we would have made, obviously this is if you only took one take profit, which most people won't. All right. People take profits on the way down. But from that 10 grand, you would have made 110 grand. All right. So not bad. Not bad for a trade. This is why we love this game. This is why we love this game. Okay? So that's it. That's it. Okay, so just bearing in mind, we could rotate all the way down. All right? Now we've broken out of this range. Now, if you are looking to enter this short off of the belief that you think we're going to continually go down, but all is not lost. Why? Because what do we know about ranges? What do ranges do? If we go to the whiteboard, well, whenever we have a range, let's say we have an established range, which we're going to draw the price action for in a sec. So price makes this high, makes this low, it has a nice range, it breaks structure bullishly, it comes, it sweeps that high, it breaks structure bearishly, and then it decides, all right, cool, it's time to break out of this range, which is what we've got right now. Yeah. What happens next? Well, more often than not, price will give you another chance. It will retest that range. It will come back into that zone, okay, before it continues up. So if you are looking to enter that trade, that's what you're looking after. You're looking after that zone and seeing where can we enter that trade off of that retest, that pullback into zone, which we talk about here every single day. Pull back to zone, pull back to zone, pull back to zone. And that pullback to zone could happen potentially at a potential supply zone that we may find over there. So it's worth looking out for those. All right, so it's worth looking out for those. So now let's see, can we find a zone, and can we just plan a nice little scalp trade off of this stream? All right, so okay, cool. In the case that we do come back to this zone, this could be a potential area for reaction. This is a 5 minute. And of course, I'm going to look to see what price does at this level. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to quickly go through this to see whether we have any more zones. This is one aggressive. Look how black that is, man. I love black bars like that. Beautiful black bars. I mean, those bars look great. They look great when you're in a trade. They don't look great when you're in the wrong direction of the market. All right, so that's what I'm looking out for at the moment. Also, I'm going to check the volume profile, see where the big dogs were playing at. Let's see where the big men, the big volume players, obviously not us. Oh, look at that. That 5 minute zone is what's that word again? It's Friday. I'm tired. It is confluent. That's the word I'm looking for. Confluent. That is a powerful word. it is confluent. It has confluence with our value area low, which is not a bad thing. So that gives me 2 stars. All right. But what's to say price doesn't just flirt with us and do this instead? Says, you think I'm coming up? Nope. I'm just gonna tag that zone and continue. Price could do that, why not? All right. But if it wanted to be nice to us, it can come all the way. So that's what I'm looking out for next. And I may or may not be doing a Saturday stream. We'll see how my Saturday goes. I don't usually trade on weekends. But let's see. But that's it. That's it as far as our next levels go. Congrats if you took that trade. All right. If you do want one-to-one lessons, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Drop me a private message. Hit me up on YouTube as well. I've got YouTube as well, so show some love on there. And yeah, hopefully trading is going well, and I hope you have a lovely weekend or lovely evening wherever you are in the world. And I will see you guys on Monday.